fucking name!
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate, Uncut and After Show. I'm your host Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe. Hit the bell notification icon and join button if you'd like to become a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member and keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you would like to support the channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they premiere, and there's also a PayPal, Patreon, crypto and thanks button in the info box below the video. Speaking of Patrons, I'm going to do a quick shout out to all of you who do support me on Patreon. So, a massive shout out of thanks and appreciation to Moon Harvest, Amish Earther, Naughty Thumbnails, Mitch Kennedy, Original D-Rose, Rod, The Name's Burley, Twad Wazzle, Jason Hornsby, Christoph Fournier, Flat Earth Travolta, JMels24, Unimento, M, Iron26, Endless, Golden McKinnon, Retro Bill, More Books, Cannabear, Fibre Oats, Bogey, John Kays, Patrick Gunnels, Banter, Mel B. Styles, Hairy Blade, Mobile Max 777, Rob W, Reese Pound, Del West Watson, Maria Nealands, Unbelievable Productions, Blue Ridge Ranger, Abraham Mohammed, Skeptic 936, Life is Short, Texas Mike, Tina Baker, David Wayne Foster, and Dank. So another massive thank you to all of you for supporting me on Patreon. Now I will hand over to whoever is in Discord and Google so you can enjoy their dulcet tones while I set up for today's live show.
Oh.
And you know what else? Some people have to have mic etiquette. Like when you speak, certain dynamics you have to be away from the mic. Certain dynamics when you get close, you can't yell up because that's going to cause that static and everything and all that feedback.
What the hell are you talking about?
Talking about anybody. Anybody that goes like this versus goes like that versus goes like that.
Why is
Well,
it that Neil seems, Neil, why is it that it seems you're always screaming into your mic?
Exactly.
I did that deliberately. How did it sound? Because I yelled right into it that time.
It really didn't sound too distorted. It just sounded annoying and squealy.
Sounded normal to
What
me.
do you mean it sounds annoying and squealing? What do you think you got the freaking perfect freaking audio voice? You can go back and listen to some of your shit. Holy crap.
D-Rose, you pushed the button. Oh, gosh. This is too funny, Neil. You got to stop this comedy act early in the morning. Save it for the real show.
How's things going today, everybody?
Everything's fine, Neil. Thanks for asking.
Oh, gosh.
So I take it Dave Weiss made a video about you calling him a scammer, if I'm just to guess at all of those scamming things he said?
No, that's actually Adam with a sound clip. I don't know. Maybe he got it from the source of Weiss.
Yeah.
It seemed like a sound clip that he put together. I don't know. Maybe, but yeah, maybe it is Dave Weiss trying to mock the scrutiny he's going through by making a comedic, projection, another way of projection. But like
It sounds like he's saying I want to find the whole video because it sounds like he's going over what Nathan has said in various shows.
Right,
I'm a
but guess
scammer.
what?
I'm a scammer, and I'm a scammer. I'm a scammer. Then I'm lying. Dave's a scammer. He's just selling his app. Dave's.
Did
but
you
you
guys
know
hear
what?
crackling in that clip?
No.
But you know what though? Guys? As long as I've been watching Dave Weiss, he's always said that. Way before Nathan ever had a comment. He even said that when he had Nathan protecting his Bitcoins. That was part of his script.
Really?
What about?
Yes, because he always tried to nip it in the bud that I'm not selling the app for the purpose of what I'm doing it. This app is just to be, he tries to justify why he's selling the app. No, trust me, a lot of those skits are previously, so either ballers have called him a scammer.
Hang on, D-Rose. It's okay to put money, make an investment, create an app, and sell it and make a profit. There's nothing wrong with that. No one is saying anything is wrong with that, but this is an interesting video clips of him saying scammer to different things. What's that? What's the motivation? What's the origin of that? Well, we know it started when Jaron called Nathan a scammer. So now they're trading blows. What's going on here?
Well, that's what I'm saying. How many videos has Dave made where you can collectively get that many sound bites of him saying I'm a scammer since the time that Nathan literally called out Dave Weiss as a scammer.
No,
That's about
no,
12,
not
15.
scammer, fraudster.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
Well, I
because he
just-
stole the idea.
But like
I
what I
just-
said,
I just want to know if these recordings are coming from a boat offshore or on the studio on land. That's what I want to know.
no, but what I was saying in Master B is nothing's wrong with having the app, but I said the app takes supersedence to his cause.
What do you mean?
The app helps him sell by fighting the cause for flat earth, but he's oblivious to, or he supersedes the sell of his app with the connection of flat earth argument, but he does not care to do it the correct way. He's oblivious to or just disregards disseminating the Feast of Nonsense false claims, which he claims to be trying to battle the globe lie. However, when he doesn't take constructive criticism from you or anybody else to do that the right way, because as long as he's selling the app, he doesn't care whether it gives people blisters, if it gives people allergic reactions, if you will. He doesn't care. What supersedes everything is the sell of
Well,
his
I
app.
want to go. I want to go that far, D. Rose. I mean, why just say it, what we observe and see? He's a flat earther. He's got an app. Good for him. Go for it. Get 1 billion followers. Who cares? That's a good thing. All right. But the problem is when we hear arguments that could have been cut off at the knees and in a friendly way, say, hey, why don't you do this? Because then they have nothing. You just castrate them. And instead of the Feast of Nonsense level of arguments, okay, which work against you rather than for you. So here we come as an ally, as a friendly to another friendly, and then say, do this. And then all of a sudden, we see there's something else there. There's this jealousy. There's this other thing, something where these two sides that are on the same topic don't like each other's methods. It's like, what's going on here? We're on the same fight for the
It's not
same
our
thing.
methods. It's the scientific method. You say it's part of his script to say, yeah, Dave's just scamming because he's selling an app, and then correct that preconceived notion that he's echoing preemptively. Okay. Well, no, that's not the issue I've taken, or I haven't taken umbrage with Dave selling an app, right? What my issue is using the terminology of science. Dave's got a proclivity to use this word where it's not appropriate. So he likes to say that he's scientifically validated certain things in his spiel, and he hasn't. And when I approached him to correct that, he shut me down because he didn't want to change his script. I don't know. I don't care why his motivation was to not be educated in the scientific method, one-on-one, personally, verbally with me. He decided to shut me down, and has done so ever since. And his crew, if you want to call them that, have started calling us scammers, which is presumably why Adam's highlighted this clip video. Right? Okay. There's a seeming correlation, but there isn't. And if there is, I don't care. All I care about is that Dave stops being a fraud. Stop saying he's got science when he hasn't. That's fraud. That's it. His app says he's got science for flat Earth. He hasn't. None of it's got scientific validity. None of it's cause and effect relationships validated by systematic experimentation after a formulation of a hypothesis after observing a natural phenomena. That's the scientific method. He hasn't got it. But he keeps saying the word. That's it. That's the problem. Doesn't want to change his script if you want to put it into some context to justify his actions by divining his motivation. There you go. Doesn't want to change his script. But who cares? I don't care what his motivation is. It's not relevant. What's relevant is by claiming science when he hasn't been through the method, that's pseudoscience. By saying you've got science when you're actually a pseudoscientist or making pseudoscientific claims, that makes you a fraudster. I don't like being associated as a flat earther with fraudsters. That's it.
I like how you clarify that.
Yeah, that's exactly what is observed and seen, because you extended the hand to Bob first and to others, and now Dave. So it's like you haven't changed your script. You're just trying to help.
Bob Nodale had the exact same issue. Right? He wanted to claim science. His gyro was science to him. It wasn't. It was an affirming the consequent formal logical fallacy by argumentation, backed by a parlour trick. That's what it actually was, but he liked calling it science. And when I pointed out it wasn't, he didn't like that either. Me pointing out that we win by pointing out where they claim they've got science when you can demonstrably show how it's pseudoscience. It hasn't adhered to the method. They're not interested because they do the same thing. Bob did it with his gyro, a Michelson-Morley quote-unquote experiment, which it's not. Dave likes to do it by saying you can scientifically validate angular size changes with the stars, or whatever he's claiming that day. You can prove that scientifically is words Dave's like, he just likes using. Well, okay, that's the issue. That's it. Same with Jaron. But slightly contradictory, science doesn't prove things, says Jaron. Yeah, it does. The fact that everyone goes around claiming the empiricism that science does offer is the problem, not that science doesn't prove things. So we've got a different line of attack with one of his crew, who contrasts all of the claims of science that they all put forth to claim they've proved things. Jaron says you can't prove anything with science. Okay, that's a different issue. Yes, it can prove things. It's just the people who are saying they've got it haven't got the proof that it offers, because they haven't been through the method, which you don't understand. So there's various issues, all centered around the same subject: science, the scientific method, the empiricism it offers, and they, Globers, and they, Flat Earthers Dave Weiss, Bob Nodell, rest in peace, and Jaron, do not understand. It is that simple.
Yeah, but in Jaron's latest video with that guy that got off the street, he was talking like science did prove things because it was proving his ether, or he was thinking that it was proving the ether, but he flip-flops.
You know what? And all what you said, Nathan, I know you are, but I'm glad you are recording this because you just elaborated with such specificity, breaking that down again. No one, you never knocked or had anything against Dave Weiss's app, except because on his app, he's claiming scientific empirical evidence that his app provides, which is a fraud. I like how you clarified that. Secondly, I like how you clarified that even if the functionality of the gyro for Bob would have worked and not done what it did and didn't have the 15 degrees, guys, it's still not a scientific method. So it's not scientifically proven anything.
Look, it worked. It worked against both sides. It worked against the ballers. It works against Dave Weiss because it's not science. So
Exactly.
The ballers said, "See, there it is," and then we say, "Oh, really? You're going to use that? Great. Then why aren't plane flights shorter, going east to west and west to east? Then, if that's what it's proving, boom. So it just disproves the ballers, which tells you there was nothing with it in the beginning."
Yeah, the gyro just affirmed the consequent. If Earth's turning, then we'll see 15 degrees an hour in the gyro, drift. We do see 15 degrees an hour of drift in the gyro, therefore Earth's turning. Alternatively, if we have ether, we will see 15 degrees an hour drift in the gyro. We see 15 degrees an hour drift in the gyro, therefore we have ether. Meanwhile, gyros don't drift. They got faulty gyro. What's that? But the gyro drift you did see in your faulty gyro affirmed that we have two reference frames. Scientifically. Okay, so Earth's turning underneath the fixed frame of the gyro then by your example. As the Earth turns underneath, with the cage attached, the gyro keeps spinning in a fixed reference frame, and the cage moves because Earth's turning beneath it. Well, that means that flight times would be shortened, because Earth would be turning beneath them, like it's turning beneath your claim of a gyro that's spinning in fixed space, with the cage drifting because it's attached to an Earth that's turning underneath it. Well, that's easy to debunk, because Earth isn't turning underneath anything. We'd notice. So if you want to take Bob's thanks Bob claim of we can definitely show we've got two reference frames with Earth turning underneath, go, okay. So we've got two reference frames with Earth turning underneath then at 15 degrees an hour, as proven by the gyro. Well, that would shorten flight times immediately. Charlotte to North Carolina to Los Angeles would only take an hour and a half if Earth was turning underneath at 15 degrees an hour, as you're claiming to prove scientifically with this gyro. Obviously not. What's that? Oh, therefore it's ether, with the exact same formological fallacy, affirming the consequent. If P, then Q. Q, therefore P. No. Changing it, as Bob did when he was affirming the consequent on behalf of the globe, only to be proving his fallacy correct when he shows a 15 degrees an hour drift. Not that anybody's ever shown me this actually occurring in any mechanical way, shape or form, in a, what I would say is faulty gyroscope, based on the fact that no gyro drifts. Ever. If it did, it wouldn't be useful in navigation. It wouldn't be useful on an aeroplane to level yourself with the level ground that you're flying over.
Also, Nathan, why would they have whole series of books and mechanical fixes for drifting gyros if it was supposed to drift? They say it's faulty. Well, here's some fixes so it doesn't do that. So it's like,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
I just take it as read. You say it drifts and therefore Earth's turning beneath as a second reference frame. What's that, Simon Dan? You and your reference frames are ruined. What's that? Thanks, Bob, for proving 2 reference frames, but Dan says they're ruined. Yeah, that's because there isn't any demonstrable drift. Ever. Oh, other than a faulty gyro. Like, okay, so you've got drift in your gyro, but therefore Earth's turning underneath stuff. Step in, Dan, to say that nothing's drifting. All right, so no 15 degrees an hour to thank Bob for, then. Yeah, Earth's not turning.
I posted the picture in Master B. Quite interesting after hearing McToon tell us that elevation angles and sextants and celestial navigation is not triangles or triangulation. You show that picture, please.
I have. I'm going to step away for a second, though, so feel free to jabber about
I'll read it. Yeah, no problem. So this is a submarine using its periscope just above the water, taking a bearing and elevation on 3 different stars in quick succession allows a submarine to use software or tables in the nautical almanac to triangulate. Read that again. The submarine to use software or tables in the nautical almanac to triangulate a position for a submarine operating at periscope depth without the risks of surfacing or carrying a sextant into the sail to shoot the stars. Triangulate, nautical almanac, sextant to shoot the stars. Doesn't sound like trilateration to me, McToon.
Brian was saying yesterday how he thinks trilateration is a bunch of baloney anyway. I hope he comes in and explains it.
Well, it doesn't matter. You need a flat plane. All it is a radio type of signal that's bouncing off. And it takes a device like waves or, radio signals. Sextant doesn't have a radio mirror. Okay. It's got a horizon mirror.
No, I know where you're coming from, but he was just saying that he thinks the whole thing is bogus anyway.
Well, not really. You could. I mean, how do you think your AM/FM radio works? I mean, it's getting a signal from something. So trilateration is as simple as that for the layman. The layman just has to realize, because of the triangulation that is required with the sextant, and here with a periscope that's outfitted with the same idea, in the submarine using the nautical almanac, which is where the stars are on any given day at any given hour, and they repeat themselves over and over. And so you have a nautical almanac, and then you cite them. You cite them with what? Radio waves? No. It's they can't go there, and so they have to lie. They're totally lying.
Yeah, when he comes in today, I'll ask him to explain it again.
No, it doesn't matter, Neil. That's not what I'm arguing. I don't care about trilateration.
I'm not arguing either. I'm just telling you, he was saying yesterday in the after show, he thinks that whole thing is bogus anyway.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Wow. Where did we go?
I don't know, super enthusiastic start from the G Plus and Discord panel. But in yesterday's,
just a minute ago.
In yesterday's pre-show, I was expressing my total discontent for covering the same navigation video with distorted audio all week. So whether or not I get pressured into doing it again today, we'll see. The response has been mixed. Mine's obviously extremely negative. 10th is on the other end of the scale, extremely positive, like he's been waiting years to be doing this. No, I heard. And yeah, the commenters.
Hang on. Time
Hello?
for it.
Hello,
Hey,
Alan.
Arvin.
Hi.
No, I saw this video early on, and I said, "Wow, what an interesting description of how you go to the center of the Earth and get your angles from there." The guy takes 3 videos to fully use his CAD system, as SCAD he calls it. And I studied it and watched it many times. And as our argument refined on the elevation angle and all this, and then equatorial plane and how the Earth tilts and negates, the vernal equinox, which is the basis of the star maps, where it's a flat universe for them at that point. There's no Earth tilt. So you're going, angles are off of a flat imaginary celestial equator that extends to the celestial sphere, which is imaginary. I'm saying, this is going to be useful one day. And so now, since we have a better grasp of all these things, as he goes into his part 3, it's just the technology of the SCAD will give the audience the visuals to our arguments. Where is that origin of that angle? Where's the vertex? Where is it coming from? Because that's the surface where the navigator is, not the arc that they show it on.
Okay. So does that mean you do want to cover this again, or what?
No, I do want to cover it. If you want to skim through it quickly, you can skip part 2 immediately, because he's pretty much done with Eratosthenes. He's just going to repeat himself. Just go to part 3 and skim through it and finish it off today, because you're going to love the imagery he shows.
By the way, I did hear that humming when I listened to the re-up. I didn't hear it during the show, but boy, I heard it on the show.
Oh, it's terrible. He's got a terrible sound system.
Doesn't seem to be showing up. Can you just find me part 3, because I'm struggling to get it and we're in the middle of a live show.
Yeah, I'll find it.
I've got part 1 up and it just doesn't seem to give me the full list.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Thank you. Let's do a bit of housekeeping.
Share the show. Smash the super chat. Share the show.
Yes, thank you, Neil. I do have an intro for that. Any evidence of a physical geometric sphere edge? That's a horizon formerly known as the curve of the Earth. Also, smash the super chat.
Negative.
It doesn't
Not
exist
negative to smash the super
visually.
chat.
The geometric horizon doesn't exist optically.
Can you get the angle size of it?
Yeah, you could still calculate it. You just can't see it.
It does not exist measurably either.
Is that it? Any scientific evidence of gravity?
What? Oh,
Oh, go ahead, John. Is that John?
hang on a sec.
Right.
It's Brian. Hey. What would you consider as evidence?
For what?
Globe's geometric horizon.
The math not working out.
When you say what would I consider evidence, there's a specific claim of what it is. It's a geometric physical limitation to your view, akin to being a hill in the way. Well, if I say, I can't see that shop, what shop? The one on the other side of that hill. What hill? That one. Oh, that one? Yeah, the one we're looking at. Okay. And you're saying there's a shop on the other side of it? Yeah, there is. If we climb up that hill to the top of it and stand on it, you'll see on the other side of it, there's a shop. All right, okay. Well, that to me is a fairly easy to achieve evidential standard for a physical geometric hill that I can show topographically. If you're going to assert that geometrically, Earth creates a hill obscuring my view, then I want to see it. I want some physical evidence of it. Like I can provide physical evidence of a hill that I say blocks something when it blocks something and I go and stand on top of it.
Well, the problem is that we've pushed them to the extremes that a physical horizon doesn't exist anymore. It's always going to be refraction. So they've created an unfalsifiable model.
Unfalsifiable? It sounds almost scientific. If you're going to assert that there's a geometry to Earth, then there's a physicality to that geometry that is required to make the assertion in the first instance. To say we do have the geometry, we just can't see it. It's like, this isn't a magic trick. You know what I mean?
Is it not falsified by the fact that the horizon is not geometric?
Let's just try it with my hill. Okay, I say, you see that shop? And I go, well, my friend next to me goes, yes, I do see that shop. And I turn around to him and say, that shop isn't really there. And my mate goes, what do you mean it's not there? And I go, actually, there's a geometric physical obstruction, hill, in the way of that shop. Therefore, what you're seeing isn't really a shop. It's a mirage of a shop.
Well, the shop is there, but you have no proof of the creator, so the shop doesn't exist.
Look, the shop's not really there. We can see it, but it isn't really there. Because what's actually there, but we can't see it and can't prove it or measure it, because it's always in this state of hologrammatic refraction of the shop behind it, so we can't see it. So there is a hill there, we just can't see it, we can just see a shop, but the shop isn't really there because it's really a mirage. Is
Don't
that
worry
cool
about
by
it,
everybody
just trust me.
here? Is that all cool? Refraction all good?
You
Oh
can
yeah,
think
the
of it as a
magic
hill.
blanket. This is the way I look at it. Gravity is their lord. No, gravity is God, and refraction is their Lord and Savior.
Not their saviour, though. It's their undoing. To say that
Yeah, it doesn't save them.
it doesn't save them, it buries them.
Well,
Exactly.
If you'll permit me to shoot a tangent to a refracted horizon, then maybe I have evidence for you.
If I allow you...
How would you do that?
Hold on. So, in my example where I say there is a hill in the way of the shop that we can see, but we're not really seeing the shop because the shop's refracted above the hill we can't see, you're now asking if you can draw a tangent line to the hill we can't see, giving us refracted shops that we can, that aren't really there. You want to draw a tangent line to that hill we can't see. Let me just think about that for a second. I'm going to go with no.
We might need to go.
I'm going to go with no.
into the earth.
Well, I can't shoot a tangent to the hill we can't see, but I can shoot a tangent to the point that I can claim is a refracted point based on the hill we can't see.
But then it's not a tangent to the geometric point of tangency on the hill because we can't see it, and you just said you can't draw a tangent to it, which you can't.
That's
you won't
going
be
around in
accepting
circles.
that.
Rufy, how's that geometric horizon working out for you, buddy? Good? Yeah?
Are we taking our angles from the center of Earth where the molten core is, or?
Well, no. In the case of celestial navigation, you have to take an angle from a flat Earth first, and then transpose the angle you
Fair
measured
enough.
to a center of a sphere Earth that you presuppose.
Begging the question.
Well, utilising a flat plane to derive a spherical assumption.
Well, a curved line. I mean, a curved level. So funny.
There's no such thing. That's a cognitive break that they have. We discussed this yesterday. So where they end up with curvizontal or bendizontal is because what you got on screen now, let's just pause this on this screenshot. Pause. There we go. This is Al-Biruni's methodology for deriving the radius. Okay. So for the geometric principle to stand true, you must have a straight horizontal baseline to derive h. So the height of the mountain is derived by using trig, and h is acquired by way of Earth being flat. Now, once you've acquired the height of the mountain for your geometric inference that the ground you've just measured, flat, actually curves away from you physically in a geometric assumption. Not bending away from you and refracted because he's deriving a physical straight line tangent point to the ground he just bent after measuring it flat. So in both principles, horizontal level, in this case on the bottom diagram, eye level, and in the case of the first derivation of h, height for the mountain, surface level, are always obeying the geometric principle that level is level, horizontal is horizontal, it's not bending. However, between step 1, get height of mountain, and step 2, you bend a line that was formerly level. Now that leaves ball-believing Muppets who get this deep into this discussion with a cognitive break. Oh, right. So the level ground that we got the height of the mountain from is actually bending. That's what this process says. It's absurd. But that's where you leave your anti-flat earther with the notion of bendizontal. You can't have bendizontal, but that's what they have to infer, literally by Al-Biruni's processing here.
Squiggly triangles. I like that better. Squiggly triangles.
But yeah, that's how
I actually debated a guy. I actually debated a guy the other day. He swore up and down that you only needed one line for a triangle. Then he went on a tangent about squiggly triangles. And I swear to God, I think that they might be mentally ill.
Nathan.
Yes, I got your message.
Go to No, this is good. Go to Master B.
I have.
The power of the review videos.
So these videos have been taken down. Well, part 3 at least has, which we haven't got to yet.
No. All 3 are taken down.
He's taken all 3 down. I wondered why I couldn't manage it.
Well, I went looking for it, and I'm saying, oh my gosh, let me go to his channel and hit videos, playlist. He's got the 4th one on Goslar, but that was there anyway. It was the 1, 2, 3 on astronavigation that we were reviewing, and now all 3 of them are taken down. So
it may not be a bad thing. Maybe he's redoing the audio on them.
You think he took it down because of the audio?
I would. I certainly would. Yeah.
Definitely. No one better ever get on Nathan about sound. Sound is more important than flat Earth proof. See, he went to sound first, then flat Earth. I went to flat Earth first, then sound.
Wait a second. Did he just say that he thinks he took it down because we ridiculed his sound?
That's what I postulated. I was questioned, do you think he took it down because of the sound being appalling? And I said, I would have. That's what I said.
Yeah, no, I didn't say for the sound. You did that one, Mike. So the whole point here is the review videos are working. When they get a message, more than likely, they're going to say, who's this Nathan Oakley 1980 character? And okay, in this case, it might be the sound or it might be the content, but none the case. They're all gone. But guess what? I saved this on a hard drive, so I have it still.
Okay. Well,
Why wouldn't it be the content, mate?
We can all relive distorted smoke signals again sometime.
Yeah, not anytime soon.
Is that what Eratosthenes used to communicate 500 miles away with smoke signals?
No, it was just an analogy. It was actually a fax machine used.
Oh, okay. My bad, bro.
What will be good will be if the guy puts the videos back up in a while.
Yeah,
we should check again.
That's one way of stopping us.
Put them back up.
I mean, we're into half a week of doing it, right? So, well, you just turn them off. Well, that stops them. Now you won't be reviewing my videos no more.
Oh, boy.
Well done, Nathan. Well done. We win again.
I don't know about that. I win because I don't have to listen to his horrible distorted audio again. So I'm chuffed to bits. I've made up.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. We win again. You don't have to have your ears hurt. We don't have to listen to smoke signals. We don't have to do anything anymore.
Audio is incredibly important. Have you ever heard of ASMR?
Yeah.
Nathan,
right,
I have an idea.
Hold on, just one sec. Just people listening to somebody else eating a bag of crisps with a really well-treated room and a really good quality microphone. Yeah? People will listen to anything if it sounds nice. Yeah? Well, you're saying
Nathan,
it's not that important.
I have an idea.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. I'm a stand-up comedian. I've been thinking about, nobody steal my idea, please. but I've been thinking about making a YouTube channel called Fight the Globe Earth, where I'm opposed to Craig and, with comedian so-and-so, which will be my name that I'll disclose later. But I just thought that would be really cool to do like a sarcastic type of like be the Glober, but make like awful arguments. Are you feeling me?
Well, there's already a channel in
They already
existence
do
that does that.
They already
So,
do that.
Start.
but you've already got that. That already exists. So, I mean, fair enough. I mean, imitation is the highest form of flattery. But why would you want to flatter outrageously violent, convicted criminal woman beater Craig McNeil of the Fight the Flat Earth channel? Why would you want that?
Are you going to do it live or are you going to do it like pre-recorded? Because it's quite a lot of editing.
Live. No, live. I was going to do it live.
Right. Oh, well, that's it then.
Do it. Script it out. Get some gags together. Don't be lazy and just
Nathan's
try
got
and
me
wing
dying
it.
laughing though.
Make sure you keep the poking stick in the scene, in the viewpoint of the viewers.
Just make sure you just repeat
like
the
poking
argument.
stick. Sorry, D Rose is referring to the offensive weapon Craig uses to beat women with.
Totally ignored Nathan's flattery remark. You want to flatter this guy?
I don't know him. He might be a fantastic comedian. I don't know him. I don't know. You do. Whatever your name is, repent.
No, repent. Yeah, I have to be anonymous. I can't tell you who I am.
I didn't ask.
I might lose my
I'm sure
job.
I know
mate.
that voice.
Might lose your shop.
Can't lose my job.
You lose your job, did you say, or lose your shop?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Why would you lose your job?
name last time you were here, bro.
Why would you lose your job? That's more interesting than anything you've said so far.
Oh yeah, I cannot disclose I'm a flat earther. I'll lose my job immediately.
Why?
This is a complicated
He works for
situation.
NASA.
He works for NASA.
Nathan knows why. It's a rhetorical question. He knows why.
That was the
He
great
wants you to say.
Okay.
No, I don't know why.
I
don't. I've worked for a corporate while being a flat earther. The only thing that ever got me in trouble was making a video. Now, not a flat earth video. It was about flat earth specifically, but a YouTube video while I was in their uniform. They hauled me up to the office and said, "Got to take this video down. You can't do that. You can't make videos about a non-related subject to us and our business."
Oh my God.
That was it. But I didn't get sacked. I mean, I did get sacked, just not
don't
for
want to be
that.
associated with what you're doing.
Well, every corporation is different, mate. You know, yeah.
Exactly.
No, that's why I'm asking. Oh God, that's why I'm asking. I mean, by being anonymous, it gives you the.
Oh no, I can tell you. I could tell you the group of this room. I just can't tell everybody. Yeah, due to marketing and stuff like that. The position I'm in, I can't be who I am.
How beautifully
So you said
vague.
Braziers.
Go ahead, Brian.
No. Just I recognise that voice. I've heard it before on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, have you heard me on 24/7 Discord? Maybe.
Listen, Refracted Curvature lost his job because of it. So why is this abnormal?
I want to know.
No, it's not abnormal.
Well, it is. If it's, you're joking, right? We have protected groups. You know what a protected group is? If you're a member of the LGBTQ community, you are a member of a, quote, protected group. Now, that means that you have got certain freedoms with what you are that prevent people from discriminating against you in the same way they would against somebody who is disabled. For example, now that is what it is to be in a protected group. You can all imagine what would happen to a business if they turned somebody down on the basis that they were in a wheelchair if they were doing an accounts job. Yeah, there'd be outrage. Likewise, the same accounts job that was rejected for a transgender member of the community would be outrage. Now, if, by whatever standard, you're a flat earther, perfectly reasonable to fire you on the spot then, that's outrageous.
Because you might be possibly mentally ill.
Mentally ill?
Yes, that is what I've been attacked with.
Yeah, because it is still classified as a mental illness.
I had to retract my beliefs and say, yes, I was confused to keep my job because I got 2 kids, man.
No, I'm not. Nobody's asking you to defend your actions in keeping your employment, Judas. Anyway, the point is, I want to know about it. That's something that's worth passing on to an audience. Okay, the transgender and lesbian and gay community have managed to bang enough big drums to become a protected group so they don't suffer persecution simply for being what they are. More power to you.
Yeah.
Good for you. Meanwhile, you're telling me that if I go into gainful employment as opposed to scraping by on YouTube, there's a chance that I'll get rejected. In the middle of a rant, my friend. Go ahead.
He's going to
Obviously
keep
keen
doing
to talk
that.
straight through
That's
the top
not
of
going
my
to stop.
rant.
It's going to get worse. That's what he's here for. That's his intent.
Oh, no, he's not. But that's the bit that's... If you're a member of the transgender community and you're saying, I was prevented from getting this job. Why? Well, because they said I presented as a man and I'm transgender. I'm actually a woman. I've transitioned. And they said, no, you look like a man. You're saying you're Susan. No, you're not getting the job. What a bloody outrage. I'm going to sue them. Now, that is normal. Now, for us to turn around and say, let's not talk about this because he said specifically, I do not want to identify myself by name because I will lose my job for being a flat earther. That's newsworthy.
Nah, Brian, I'm tracking with you. I sense the same thing, Brian.
I have to be careful, man.
Fellas and drinking and bad attitudes, Neil, you know.
Why? Why are you guys being so suspicious?
But
Nathan
think
was in
about
the middle
this.
of telling a story.
I can get
and he just
online.
cut right in.
Just give me
Yeah,
20
sorry,
seconds.
but all of you
Hold
are.
on, repent. Hold on. Everybody just try and have it one person at a time.
Having no intent.
When this, hold on, everybody stop. Can you not hear me trying to get control of the bloody conversation so it's audible? Right, if you can hear 2 people talking at once, probably best not to make it a third. Yeah, just step off. And I'll try and take control if the 2 people talking get a bit too much to hear. So, yeah, Neil and Arwin, I'm talking to you. When 2 people talk, making it a third, it's just where I've got to now get angry and step over everybody to try and get control while the conversation fades into the ether. Right, let's start with Brian.
Yeah, from what I hear and what I heard from the very start is he's that guy that was in here a couple of times before and he got thrown off of Discord a couple of times before. He also sounds drunk and he's an attention seeker and a troll. He looks for attention and that's what he's been getting. He starts stepping over you. It's a subtle thing. His whole game plan is to do his best to ruin the show and have a little smirk on his face. That's what he does.
That's outrageous. That is absolutely no way to talk about Arwin. He's my friend. Don't do that again.
No, but I sense what Brian's saying.
Funny.
I sense.
That's unfair to me.
I agree with Brian. I agree with Brian only because when you were in between the rant and you finally said, "Go ahead." That's part of what I was sensing. Like,
thank you.
Then he's gonna tell us about a show he wants to do. Who really gives a poop?
I was just trying to be friendly, man. What's wrong with you?
I know that, but just wait till Nathan was finished, then tell us that. So that's why things like that.
Yeah,
we sense that.
To be friendly, man.
Why do we need to hear that? Well, why do we need to hear about
Can I have my turn now,
Everyone's
Nathan?
so aggressive, bro.
Well done, Brian. Go ahead, Arwin.
Right. So yeah, I'm sorry, but I don't get why this suspicion. Yeah. Okay, he's a little rumpusy. Right? Well, he's a very creative guy. If he actually is going to do what he says he's going to do, he's got creativity. Creative people don't know when to shut the fuck up. I know.
No
all
swearing. Arwin.
What?
Well, Righteous could answer the question.
Right? I don't get it. Like, why are you saying all these things about him? Like, you have a record on this guy.
Who are you talking
have a
about?
record on this guy? I'm
Who's
sorry.
you?
Me and Brian haven't been wrong yet.
Oh yeah, sure. But do you have any leads though, other than he just appeared in your scope?
Don't need to. Spidey senses tingle right away.
Yeah, you don't. Okay.
All right then. Glad we
You've
cleared
had
that
one
up.
conversation with me. It's rude to just judge me like that.
That's kind of what we do, though. I mean, it's just kind of our shtick sometimes. If you're a bit rumpusy, we'll judge you. That's just how we are.
I'm sorry about that.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. Meanwhile, I'm fascinated by the fact that we are prejudiced against, or however the word is, all right? The fact that it's tolerable to laugh at gingers, by my standards, is okay. They're funny, right? But flat earthers, that's an outrage. Shouldn't be allowed. Certainly shouldn't be precluded from getting employment, or certainly shouldn't be in fear of losing your job because of what you are, in terms of an appreciation of the nature of the reality we live in. I'm sure John
Yeah,
can have some.
ginger is not a belief.
I work for
hold
one
on.
of the biggest corporations in America, so trust me, you cannot talk about the flat Earth.
Fair enough. I believe you.
Walmart, mate.
Walmart. Okay, well, that's a
Yes, sir.
great big chain of supermarkets, which when I was transitioning from being a manager, previously a rep, to being a YouTuber, I got a part-time job with a grocery outfit similar, Tesco, which is almost identical in terms of the size in this country to Walmart, or Asda as we get called. And that was the job that they hauled me in for making videos, but not for being a flat earther. In fact, quite the opposite. I was prejudiced against by other drivers who would shout things across the yard at me for being a flat earther, which was completely and entirely acceptable by everybody. You know, like I say, if you see a ginger across the yard and you go, "Oi, ginger," then that's okay. But "Oi, flat earther," I just don't like it.
What's your position in Walmart?
Excuse me.
I can't just.
We have just.
Why are we talking
Wait,
about
hang on. We have just.
Why are you asking that, Neil?
You might be looking for work. Who knows?
You're not hearing me.
Yes, we hear you, 10th. Go ahead.
We just broke the internet on this one YouTuber. You reviewed partial part 2, fully part 1. We never got to part 3. You asked your audience to send a nice message and say, "Hey, we're reviewing your video at Nathan Oakley." And today, when we go to jump to part 3, all 3 videos have been taken down. I mean, this is what we ought to be talking about. Why would you take down a video or videos if it's based on something provable? Why would you take it down? Just because someone put a microscope over it and asked good questions about it?
That's a good question.
I bet it was the smoke signals.
Or it was just that he was getting suddenly a lot of negativity, trolls that were responding, and he was just afraid of the bickering. Maybe
You don't know
that's
that.
it.
You don't know that. We ask people to be nice. We say, send a nice comment. Say, Nathan Oakley 1980 sent me, but don't say anything horrible because your comment will get
But
removed.
don't
We say
be
that every
as
time.
kind. Yeah.
Hold on, can I respond? Yeah, I get that you ask. That's very good that you do. But unfortunately, that doesn't mean that trolls are then going to not try to do the opposite instead, you see, and create a
Yeah,
roar.
there's going to be wafflers, of course.
Right, but most people at this point would turn off that function of the videos and still leave the videos up.
You think so?
Good
I know
point.
so. I know
Yeah,
so. I
yeah,
go to
he's right.
videos where the response is turned off so no one can leave a comment because they're getting too many trolls. So, but they don't.
Yeah.
Hang on in a minute. My gosh. So they still leave the content up because they put a lot of hard work in that content. But this guy took down the content.
Hmm.
10th is right. 10th is right.
He's probably
Maybe
just...
he realised when he tried the sort of smoke signal thing that he won't be able to see it 500 stadia away.
Hey, listen, we figured out early on that it was the sound quality that disturbed them the most.
me the most. Did you not seriously listen back to any of those shows? I ducked into one of my own shows yesterday and I was like, listening to it. I'm like, oh, this sounds great. It was me talking. Then the video started. I'm like, I can't listen to this. It's my own show.
Nathan, can I ask you a direct question? Did you or did you not contact this video person who put this video out and ask him to take it down so that you wouldn't have to finish?
Oh, you got me. You got me. I sent him a quick word. Look, right, I don't want to seem rude to my panel member, by saying, I really don't want to cover your horrible video with its shitty sound again. Please, can you remove it from the internet entirely? That would solve the problem without any lost face from me. Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
Okay, I just had to get that for the record.
And if I may, I want to apologize to the comedian dude. I wasn't trying to be rude to you, nothing personal, just kind of feeling you out. You know what I'm saying? And we glad you
that's
spoke
cool,
for yourself.
man.
I'm not
I
apologizing.
understand.
And
I've actually gone into a lot of discords where everyone just immediately hates me, and by the end of the, maybe 2-3 hours in, everybody loves me. I've actually, you wouldn't believe this, but I've actually connected with a lot of big flat earthers just on Discord, bro. Random. I don't even know how to explain it. It's really cool.
Big flat earthers.
If it takes me 2 to 3 hours to like you, I'm leaving now.
Who? Like who? Hold on, let's hear some names.
Like once I actually see the video that you said you were gonna make, right? Once I see that, you're all good with me. Until then, you're just a guy who just says things on Discord, and that's it, really.
Cool.
That's everybody.
Nice guy till then.
That's basically
Arwen, when I
everyone.
make the video, I'll send it straight to you.
Yeah, that's basically everyone, Arwen. Some guy that just says stuff on Discord. It's everyone. So who? Who's these big names?
Different. Come on, we don't want to appeal to authority.
No, I might know them. That's all.
Flat Earth Authority. We don't want to be like the Glovers and start appealing to consensus and authority and committing fallacies. Yeah.
No, I'm just like,
You're
if you
not
say,
making an
oh,
argument.
I've connected with D Marble, I'd be like, yeah, I know D Marble. If you went, I've connected with Sharon, I'd be like, yeah, I know Sharon.
Hypothesize and start doing. Let's stick with logic. What do you guys want to talk about?
The name drop
The
that you
fact
just
that there's
did. That's what I'm trying to
You
talk.
want me to name drop?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll name drop real fast and then we'll go along. Austin Whitsitt, David Weiss, Jaron. Let's go. All right, now let's talk about things that make sense and are important.
I know all of those guys.
Got the Three Stooges.
Jaron and David Weiss
He
are on
knows the Three
Discord, are they?
Stooges, Nathan.
Who
He
cares?
did. He
Who
used to
cares who you know? Let's talk about stuff that's important.
Hello. He just said he's connected with some flat earthers. There's no need to start attacking the people he's connected with. Wowee. Very nice. I'm sure it was very pleasant. Am I wrong?
They are very nice people to me.
There you go. Lovely. Couldn't be more pleased for you. Excellent. Thank you for doing that.
Hey, listen, Nathan, I want to tell you something. I love you, and I love them, even though there's a rift between you guys.
There's no rift. They're just committing fraud when they claim they've got science that they haven't got.
Of course, yeah.
Well, let's see if they're still going to be friendly the next time you meet them.
Have you told them that? Have
Been
you?
on the show and say that. So
It sounds like you have
They
a
know that
grasp
I
of
don't
the.
agree with them. They know I don't agree with them. Calm
Yeah,
down.
but have you called them? Have you called them fraudsters for using science that way?
Right. And, no, I didn't call them fraudsters, bro. Come on, that's not fair. I said I
No,
agree
you
with
stretch
them.
out the words. I'm asking direct. Excuse me, Arwen. I'm trying to have a discussion with him. No, you seem to understand the rift and the argument quite well. So now you befriended them. Have you addressed them directly because your concern for them is as much as Nathan's concern for them?
Yes.
And what happened? Tell us what happened.
I just told you what happened.
No. I'm asking.
We are not going to agree on certain things.
You're full of shit.
Neil, please. So tell me about the incident where you addressed these friends specifically. Go back and forth. How did you say it? What did they say? And where did you just agree to disagree? Give us a recap.
I don't agree with your certain positions on certain things. I know that they're theories, but we can't make them concrete evidence. It is good to theorize. It is good to move the movement on. I like that. I like that we're not docile, sitting still, and just playing around with the same old arguments from 2015.
When did you do this?
And that's when I got, SHIT roasted or whatever. Just don't worry about it, bro. I don't want to talk about
when
this.
Did you do this with them?
Earth. I want to talk about the flat Earth, bro.
Okay, fine. What do you want to talk about flat Earth?
Perfect.
Why? He's avoiding my question.
Okay.
He
So,
said he wants to
well,
avoid it.
this
That's
is like
fine.
ad hom, like personal stuff type thing, bro.
I'm not ad homing you. I'm asking.
He's answering you, Tenth. He's saying, in answer to your question, I got a load of ad homs. That was in answer to your question.
Listen, with everyone talking, I'm missing things, obviously. But my reason for questioning is to debrief him on these things he says he did, but he doesn't want to talk about dates and events and outcomes. Well, something's wrong. If you had these events, tell us about it. But now he doesn't want to talk about it.
That's what they didn't happen, Tent.
I know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
He's trolling. He's been trolling from the minute I heard him earlier. He's just trolling. He has 20 million stories, and as long as people keep entertaining his stories, he'll keep getting the attention that he craves. He's an attention seeker. He's been here in the past.
I hope you all enjoy that. I'm sure people are all enjoying it. Please share the show. 76 people watching. I'm sure we can get 100 people watching, and they'll all enjoy the entertaining discussion that we have with this
about my personal
claim
life.
to be troll who's literally talking through me right now.
Look, I'm just trying to decrease the 2-3 hours it takes to like you, but you're making it go for 5 hours now.
No, I was being sarcastic. I'm joking around, bro. Look, I don't want to talk about my personal life when I'm trying to be here talking about the flat Earth.
Okay, fine. Pick a subject.
Well,
Feel
that's
free.
very
That's
unfair to me.
If you're keen to talk about flat Earth, then fine. What is it you wanted to talk about specifically? You've obviously got something on your mind.
Thank you. I like the way that the flat Earth has pressurized the globalists into the fact that there's no longer a physical horizon. It's now always apparent. There will never be a physical horizon. And so they've made their model unfalsifiable. Yes. And that the fact that they talk about squiggly triangles. I mean, it's like a mental illness.
No, that's wrong. You were corrected on this earlier. You're bringing it back up again because you were corrected. Someone has to correct you again. It's already falsified by the horizon not being geometric. Now, you know this. You knew this before you said what you said earlier, and you know it now. So stop making statements that you know is incorrect.
Bro?
Stop wasting people's time. But what is it you actually want? Is it just purely attention? What is it you want? You've been here in the past. Same nonsense.
Okay, right, let's just clarify what's just happened. Brian's objection, same objection as last time, is that when this gentleman asserts that there is an unfalsifiable model, Brian asserts, no, the fact that we don't have a geometric requirement that the model has in physical reality is the falsification of their claim that the model matches reality. It doesn't. So Brian's saying, I object to this term falsifiable, or unfalsifiable in this instance.
Which flat Earth model is he talking about?
Begging the question, proof of nothing, perspective hijacking. Hey, Bev.
Yeah.
Bev, perspective hijacking, mate. Curve calculator.
Let's stack fallacies on top of each other. Yeah, perfect.
Did I mention
that one?
Sorry, go ahead, Brian. John.
I was just going to say got two flat planes in it. That's not an Earth curve calculator.
Did you know that? Repent.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
John was pointing out that it's not a curve calculator. It's a curve calculator in name only. It's a differential calculator that calculates the difference between eye level and surface level.
Are you talking about the 7.98 inches squared with the observer's height?
That's the maths that you're talking about.
Yes. What is wrong with it?
What's wrong with it is that it's not an Earth curve calculation. That's name only.
Well, it's a parabola, yeah.
No.
But as long as you use it for like 60 miles, 100 miles, it's pretty good.
No, because it's calculating whatever you're saying is doing at 60 miles with a differential between eye level and surface level. Surface level being the flat plane that we're making the measurements and calculations from. That's the important bit. The bit that you said you wanted to talk about. Well, in those maths, you've got an established surface level.
So what equation should I use?
For what?
To find the curve.
You're looking for curve, are you?
Well, no, I'm a flat earther, but I'm saying, like, when I'm in a debate with somebody, what equation should I use?
For what? Let's try again. For what?
they're gonna want a curve calculation, right?
Are
What
they?
do I give them if 7.98 inches squared to the observer's height is not correct?
It's based on a differential calculation between. Thank you, Neil. Let's hope that interjection was worth it. Go ahead, Neil. Clearly not. It's for the third time. Not that you need to give them any parabola or 1.2 times the square root of the observer's height in feet, which is the calculation in the begging the question proof of nothing perspective hijacking Earth curve calculations. You point out that it's not calculating Earth curve. It's a calculation that utilizes the difference between eye level, a straight line, horizontal in nature, and surface level, a straight line, horizontal in nature. That is what those maths are.
What do we do when I tell them that the left and right of the horizon isn't curved? What do we do there?
What's the horizon again?
The horizon.
What about it?
Yeah.
Are you claiming that the horizon is Earth curve and doesn't bend? Is that what you're telling me?
No. I'm saying the horizon on a globe should bend left and right when I'm at the beach, and there's thousands of miles to the left and right of me. What's the answer for that?
Why are you telling me what a globe should do if you're a flat earther? Shout out to Godzilla. Says Nathan Oakley, 1980 sent me.
When I'm in a debate, I need an answer for their obfuscation.
What obfuscation? Explain to me what your issue is.
Yeah, because I'm in a deep debate with someone, okay? And I tell them, why are we only debating the forward curve and not the left and the right, yeah? And they always, beat around the bush, hand wave, dismiss.
Okay. My response to that is, why are you, the flat earther, arguing about what type of curve you're arguing about? Because that's lose-lose. When you argue about what type of curve that you're going to be speculating for them on their behalf so you can argue with them about it. That's lose-lose.
You're right. Okay. So
given that I'm right, why the bloody hell are you asking me if you're claiming to be a flat earther?
Well, I'm saying, is it always going to be a loss? I mean, is there no way that we can rebuttal it?
Right, what do you mean, is that a loss? When I point out that the Earth curve maths uses a differential between eye level and surface level, that's a flat Earth requirement. That's a win. We win. Earth being measured flat. Calculations for the differential between eye level and surface level, giving you your claim to be non-existent refracted curve that doesn't exist. How is that in any way a loss? It's a win. It's an annihilation of the claim we've got an Earth curve horizon, and it's a proof that we've got a flat plane beneath our feet. It's there in their own maths. That's a win for me.
But
Why are you interrupting me, dick? Yeah, I'm pointing out how I win when you postulate that how do we get a win out of my win that I've just pointed out. No, that's the win. Shut up and listen. I don't want to say it a fourth time.
They don't receive.
Shut up! All you've done is babble through me pointing out to my audience because you are inconsequential. You are but a catalyst for me to talk. Nobody gives two shits what you have to say through the top of me explaining to an audience how this is a flat earth win. It does not require your babbling over the top of it when I get to the crescendo. No, sir. It's not that we don't get a win out of this. It is a win. We win. Earth being utilized flat to derive a ball earth belief from. Earth flat, not ball-shaped. Horizon, not earth curve. Not at 1.2 times the square root of the observer's height in feet, as you already professed. No, it's refracted. Therefore, non-geometric. Doesn't matter which way you say it bends on their behalf. Now, I've summarised every ounce of your total shite. Did you listen to any of it? Because you're babbling through me right now.
I agree with you, mate.
Then shut up. Stop babbling through the top of me while I explain the concise rebuttals and how we win with them. That doesn't require you to talk through me.
I agree with you, mate.
Then shut up. Stop talking. Just listen to how we win as flat earthers and how the globe loses. When it's deriving its curve from a flat plane. That's how the globe loses. Do you understand that now?
Yes, sir. That's
good job. Well done. Maybe if you paid your attention a little bit more before babbling through the first three renditions, you'd have got it in the first place rather than on the third attempt.
Yes, sir. My apologies.
Good. Next time, shut up while I talk. As I say, you are merely a catalyst. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. My apologies.
Good. So stop talking. So, we win. Flat proven. Measurements for flat required to derive the curve you're arguing about that doesn't exist in physical reality. Comprende?
Yes, sir. I was just trying to ask for help for rebuttals.
You got them. Derivation of a flat plane measurement in the first instance. Surface level. It's in the maths that you keep asking about. An
Yes,
affirmation
sir.
that you
Okay,
understood
I
that would have been
understand.
nice.
I'm not mad at you, Nathan. I appreciate the help.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Now get the hell out.
Yes.
Moving along. Let's go back to what Temp was talking about. It's a great thing. We've made someone redact their 3 videos. So we're making an effect.
One YouTuber with about 1,000 subs turns off his videos and we claim victory. Wow.
Why is that guy triggering everybody so bad? I don't get it. He talks a
Because
lot,
he's
but
a
it's like,
drunken lying sack of shit.
It's good fun. Sometimes it's a good opportunity to explain to an audience.
I laughed to myself earlier when Ken said we broke the internet. It's like breaking the internet is like 25 million hits or something, you know.
No. Listen, this guy who put out those videos says, I'm going to teach you concepts of celestial navigation, astronavigation. He puts out 3 videos. It's been there for years. It was one of the original ones I ever watched. I copied them. I have them on one of my hard drives. I said, okay, I'll use this later. I like the CAD program he has here showing how it's coming from the center of Earth. You know, like I said, you put out arguments, you wait for the ballers to jump at them because you know you got something later to show, and you just wait for the trap. And the trap was set. You know, everything's okay. So this is the right time to show these videos. So the minute I show these videos and Nathan starts commenting, we have several things. One is bad sound quality, but you know, just the low-hanging fruit, as QE said. You listen to a guy that says Eratosthenes use smoke signals. Come on, man, can't you get something better? And I'm saying, no, you understand that it's the imagery of the CAD that I want everyone to see, where the angle is coming from. You know, what is an angle? And all this. It's never a curved surface ever being used, ever. They never use a curved surface. This is the funny part of what Nathan just succinctly said. Earth curve calculator uses 2 flat planes and the differential between them. It sounds quite very similar to Andrew Thomas Young saying all his refraction studies came from plane, but the Earth is a globe, so we're going to use geometric considerations. So even Andrew Thomas Young had to have that same reality when he was studying refraction, because guess what the bottom baseline was? A flat Earth for that refraction.
Right.
So
I don't know who the
That's why they never
I don't know
use
who the
curves.
guy is that hates me for no reason, but I'm gonna pray for you, brother.
Okay, Guy, why are you jumping into a
Yeah, why
different
are you
topic?
back in this
We were done.
conversation?
Now you're
done.
jumping.
And I can say one thing really fast. I'm gonna pray for someone that hates
I'm
me.
talking to D-Rose.
I redact my question. I redact my apology, bro. You have proven to
Oh,
be
this guy's
exactly
great.
what Brian and Neil
I can't
suspect
say
you to
I'm
be.
gonna pray for somebody really fast, like 2 seconds comment. It's
no,
a problem
I'm
for
talking
you.
to D-Rose.
Get out of here. You're garbage, bro. Whatever.
No, Bible says
I'm with you. My
Goodbye,
panel, what
retard.
garbage. All he wanted to do was pray for you guys. I mean,
That's
come
right.
on.
And
He couldn't tell a
Jesus,
joke at the
hang
same
on,
time.
D-Rose. Listen, if you're going to go pray, go do it secretly in the closet. Don't be showing off.
Yeah,
the
you're
thing
demon
is,
possessed, bro.
Kent was coming with a good point, and all of a sudden he wants to come back in. Get
You're
out.
so filled with the Holy Spirit, bro. Look at you. Look at you.
Oh, look at here we go again. Please go pray like you said you were going to do. Be authentic for
Be
once.
filled with the Holy Spirit, bro. Look at you, bro.
Listen,
are you an example of
what
Jesus
are
Christ? You're a
this
joke,
guy,
bro.
This guy is a fix. He is a fix.
Kick him out.
Yeah, I'm filled with the Holy Spirit. I'm so evil, dude.
Again.
He's a fix. Get him out.
Yeah, you're demon possessed, bro. I'll pray for you.
They always show their true colors, man. They always show their true
it's amazing.
colors.
Just
I'm
one questioning.
showing that I'm praying for someone that I love
If you ever
everybody.
need
I'm
an
so
exorcism,
evil.
just let me know, okay?
this joke, dude.
Goodbye.
I love
Thank you.
everybody and I care about people. I'm bad guy and I got to get out of here.
See you
Nice.
later.
Bye. You love everybody, but you call this demon possessed. Oh, that
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
I
Hey, no
love you.
swearing.
Look at how you act, dude. You act like a fucking demon, bro.
No swearing.
All right, back to
This is
Is
Debros.
this how the Holy
unlistenable
Spirit
show.
acts?
This is the
Is this
most
how the Holy Spirit
unlistenable
acts,
show.
bro?
This is the most unlistenable show, and you know why it is, and you haven't taken action on it. I'm sorry.
What are you talking about? I thought that we were on a great show. This was wonderful. I think you're all being really mean. This guy just wanted to pray for you, wanted to say a nice little prayer. You all shot him down. Outrageous.
That's
In the
man, can
middle-
you get back to what you were saying?
Yeah, that's why I wanted to see why he was trying to shut down what I was saying, because that's exactly what he did. He wasn't continuing in the new conversation. He disturbed it again. That's all he's been doing. So please,
So you're saying
enough of this
prayer?
guy.
You're saying prayer's a disturbance now? I mean, from a Christian.
No, I'm not. See what you did there? Now
That's
you're
what he's
causing
doing. I'm
trouble.
just joining in. It's just a bit of fun.
I know,
Yeah,
just
good.
dog pile on 10th man. I get it. All right, no problem. It's just that if you're going to pray, the Lord says, do it in secret. So don't do it where men can see you. So if this guy's really wanting to pray for us, he'll say, you know what? You misunderstood me. I'm going to go into my prayer closet and say a prayer. Fine. But why does he want to do it live?
Not only that,
Why does he want to tell
Because he's
anyone?
enjoying the
Not-
attention. That's why.
not only
That's
that,
where I
Tim,
go.
not only that, Tim, when you want to pray for somebody, you can just pray for them. You don't have to tell them you're going to pray for them. Number one,
That's
whether this wasn't a show, but that's why he's a fraud. He's a clown, a failed. He's probably not even a
Okay,
comedian.
now listen,
He
we're
probably
giving
does
him
work in
attention
Hollywood.
again.
Can't you just stop the accusations? Yeah, he's not like the most in control person. He's rumpusy, but I mean, all these accusations, I really do.
Lads,
That doesn't
why,
feel right.
like,
You
the
don't know
more you
these
talk
things.
about him, the more attention he's getting.
Why
Aaron,
are we still
I
talking
understand
about
that you
him?
want to be nice, but you're the most naive person here.
Okay, going on back to what D-Rose and I were talking.
You don't have any actual proof for these accusations, piling it on this much. Yeah, he's disruptive. He's annoying.
Why are you continuing on for him in his silence? We want to change the subject, Arwen. We're back to
It's very
D.
hard to change it when he's still there.
Was I
Sometimes
not
jumping
having?
in, and some of us being really like
Invite him on your show. Invite him on your show for 7 straight days and
I
have
don't
a ball
want to
with him.
invite him on the show. I just want you all to just settle down a bit. That's all.
I
Okay, why don't
want
you
to
just stop talking
continue
about it?
my discussion
go-
with
let's go,
D-Rose,
Tim.
which he
Let's go,
interrupted.
Tim.
Now you're interrupting.
Come on, Tim.
Go
I
ahead,
was
Tim,
trying
go.
to have a conversation too when all this bickering rolled over again.
Aaron. You made your point. Now you're continuing to press the issue about that when he just said, okay. Go ahead, Tim.
Y'all are not good at dealing with petulant children. I can tell you that.
Definitely not.
Right now, don't get upset with them. That's what they're wanting. Everybody calm down.
Voice of reason. Anyway, D-Rose, we were talking about this guy taking down his videos. So what would cause a person to take down content he worked very hard to put up if it's just people trolling or leaving remarks that aren't nice, assuming that's what happened after the first 2 reviews? All he has to do is turn off that functionality of the video to where he won't have anyone leave remarks. But why would you take down your hard work proving concepts of celestial navigation? Why would you do that?
60 hertz mains transformer buzz through the microphone. You know, having it pointed out, he probably questioned it in the first place and was like, nah, no one will notice.
He did concede that the you couldn't get the measurement from a curve and that Earth was flat. Pretty regular.
You know what's interesting is I had that question for D-Rose, and Nathan and Refractor thought they were D-Rose.
Exactly. I didn't say nothing. You see, I just sat back in the pocket. I fell back. Now can I?
Yeah,
now
yeah.
I'm gonna answer. I would say either his handlers advised him to, whether they be his superior or his peers, or it was so humiliating that it was a hasty reaction to do as damage control. Other than that, I don't know why. Because like you said, I've seen many people have things where I was dying to comment and it would say comments are restricted here, or comments are no longer allowed here. So
Okay.
that's the only I could think.
Let me dovetail off that. Brian, are you there?
Yes, Dan.
Brian, direct question, please. Direct, concise answer from you. When you do videos and the ballers and the trolls jump on it, do you take it down?
If it's proven to be totally wrong, yes. And that happened before.
Have you
Well, I
done
was
it?
under the impression it was. I found out something I wasn't wrong later on, a few years later. But when I thought it was wrong, I take it down.
So your answer says that if you'd made a mistake, you would take it down, correct it, or you would not take it down because it wasn't a mistake, correct?
Well, no. If it's wrong, and I believe it's wrong, then I will take it down. Do you know what I mean? If someone can show it's wrong, one time I did it before. I've done it with 2 videos. Sorry, 2 or maybe 3, but over the years. But there was one I took down that it turns out it wasn't wrong. I was being told it was wrong, and 2 years later I found out it wasn't. But anyway, that was just on me, whatever. But no, if once the video is claimed to be wrong and someone can show you how it's wrong, then you just take it down.
Right. But if you were right, would you take it down?
Absolutely not.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, but if you're on the wrong side of the argument and you're shown to be right with how flat Earth must be, then you might also take it down.
Yes.
Yeah, imagine that you were a flat earther claiming how sphere-shaped the Earth was, and someone pointed that out to you. You would probably take the video down.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Maybe. I mean, like I say, it could just be the 60 hertz mains buzz. You just don't know. But with that, I'm going to say if you are watching this on either Nathan Oakley 1980 or Nathan Oakley premiering streams, then stay tuned as there will be an after show to follow.
I'm out. And
I should have called him out immediately. I should have called him out immediately, but I was hoping that I should have called him out immediately. When in the minute I heard him talking, I went, "That's that guy."
Well,
I'm a comedian, brother. Can we have fun with the flat Earth? Can we have fun with the flat Earth? Can we know the Earth is flat and be comedians? Is that okay
no,
with
why?
you?
Be friends.
Can I
Listen,
be
man,
your
now I know
friend,
why it
baby?
takes 2 to 3
Listen,
hours
folks,
for
the
people to
Chinese
like you.
communists are taking over the world, folks.
Listen, I don't have 2 to 3 hours to get to like you. I need to like you from the beginning if you're a stand-up comedian. Why does it take 2 to 3 hours to like you if you're a stand-up comedian? People leave the show.
Tell me something you like, and I'll make you
Hold
laugh.
on,
How about
we're gonna
that?
give the after show to
What's
this
something
clown
you're
too?
What's
What
something
the
you're
freak?
interested in?
Don't join in. Don't be asking him questions, because all you're doing then is giving him a reason to be talking, which is what he's giving him the attention he wants. The
What
guy
is
doesn't
wrong
deserve
with
attention.
you, bro?
He's
I'm
half
just
drunk. He's a
it's like I
fool.
can't
He's
be a
been here before.
person.
He's pretending he's somebody he's not. Let it go.
I'm not pretending someone I'm not, bro. Dude, you're insane, dude.
Then shut
How
up
about
and
this?
listen.
My name is Brenton Tessina. Go Google me. That's my name.
And you
Now
want
I'm
to
not
remain
pretending to be
anonymous.
someone I'm not. That's my
Couldn't give
full
a
name.
shit.
Just
My
drop
name's
your show
Brenton
link
Tessina.
in the Discord chat.
That's my full name. Brenton Tessina. Go
Drop-
Google it.
Drop your
I'm from
channel
Florida.
in the
I'm a
Discord
felon.
chat. Oh my God.
I became a comedian. That's who I am. Is that okay with you?
I think you're
That's
kind
for
of
You
funny.
didn't become a
That's-
comedian.
That's for sure. You're a joke. I agree.
Nice one.
I just put my
Jeff,
full
nice
name
one.
online. I just said my full name online.
Well, get this shit. My name is on here every
Recorded.
day. What the frick does that mean?
What does that mean? Who cares?
You're a
So how am I
disruptor.
fake? I just told you my full name, dude.
Who cares?
That's really nice. Now, can we move on?
Brian,
Yeah, of
what
course.
were you saying yesterday? Because I was talking to Tent about it a little bit when you were saying that you think the whole trilateration is nonsense, that it's not true. I can't explain it like you did.
No. I never said triangulation was nonsense. I said that there's
You know
no
what I'm
squiggly
saying?
triangle.
I'm not talking to you, you dumb bastard.
No
That was
swearing.
a comedian sketch.
Well, there's nothing we can do other than swear at this stage, then.
Please don't.
Neil, to answer your question, the only place that I can verify that they claim to use trilateration is GPS. But they don't. Trilateration is supposed to be just straight line distance, and that's it. So the straight line distance from 4 locations to some point in between those locations, that's supposed to be trilateration.
Yes.
But
yes,
no one's voting to you. See, it's
Why
not going to
are
happen.
you interrupting Brian? Get this guy out of here. What's he doing?
It's not going to happen here.
I'm just agreeing with him.
Later on, I'll answer it later. Okay.
Agreeing. Can you not agree with someone? Bro, are you people insane? Can you not agree with somebody?
To see
My
if
Lord.
this guy was sincere or not. And of course
Insanity,
he's
bro.
not. Of course he's
Is this like a religion or something? You not talk to people?
He won't
Can you
let
not
it
have
go
a
out.
conversation with somebody?
Okay.
Can we be cordial? Can we be cordial? Is that possible? To be cordial? No one's attacking you. Stop attacking me. Just talk like a normal human being. Jesus freaking Christ, bro. We're supposed to be Christians, acting like a goddamn demon, half possessed. Jesus, man.
Are you done? You got all your one-liners out now?
What kind of example is this of Christ to others?
That wasn't rhetorical. Are you done with your one-liners or not?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Nathan doesn't need your permission.
The thing is, our reaction to him can reflect badly on us as well. His behavior is one thing, our behavior is another. Let's watch the language.
Yeah, but the point, I was only talking about that. All that has to happen is the mute button. Because that's what this guy deserved from the World Cup. Why Nathan is keeping him there, I don't know.
Nathan's being, Brian, Nathan's being a scutch right now. He's
What have I told you to make you hate
I'm
me, bro?
Neil, Brian, at your lack of hospitality.
See, Adam picked up on my vibe too, you see.
I've been very cordial and peaceful. I don't understand why you hate me, bro.
Nobody hates
Nobody hates you, bro. You're just like a case of crabs that just won't go away. You know, it's frustrating.
I'm a comedian. I don't understand what you want me to act like you. I'm not you, bro. I'm me. Okay?
Yeah, we got that. Please, can you not just ejaculate the one-liners that we've heard at least half a dozen times so far? We got that.
Yes, sir.
You're doing it now. That's what you're doing now while I'm in the middle of
calm
saying
down,
something.
mate.
One more time to me and you'll just be removed. Doing it to the panel, amusing. Doing it to me, I'll just get rid of you. No, I'm telling you what's going to happen.
I thought I was having a conversation
Right,
with
now
you,
it's
mate.
time for you to get removed. You won't listen. Last chance. Yeah, we've heard your one-liners. We don't need to be told you're a comedian again. If I hear another line that I've heard from you again, that's instantly you'll be removed. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, we've heard all your one-liners. I closed down G+ so that the audience heard every single one of your one-liners that you're parroting through the top of my panel. We've heard them. Are we clear? I don't want to hear another one of those one-liners ever again during this discussion.
Yes,
if I do,
yes, sir,
you'll be removed instantly. Don't do it again.
Sir.
Good dog.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
I didn't think that was
I
genuine.
accept your apology on behalf of the panel.
Thank you.
Now, what was the question being on the table?
See, I knew Nathan would get a kick out of this. He said it's amusing. Nathan said it's amusing when they do it to the panel. You're a scooch. You know that, Nathan?
Oh, he likes that. He likes those kind of narcissistic things.
No, it's not. Absolutely outrageous. I know what's funny and what's not. That's all that is. People listening will go, look, you do it to the panel and it's funny. You do it to me, it's an outrage. That's funny. did it
I
earlier
don't
with
want any trouble,
gingers.
brother.
Say again, sorry.
I don't want any trouble, brother. I actually like you. I think you're very funny.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm a comedian.
I know you are. You
It's the same principle with gingers,
make
right?
me laugh.
You
make me laugh, brother.
When you juxtapose the gingers with us as flat earthers and say, look, protected group that is transgenders or gays, lesbians, queer, whatever the LGBTQ acronym stands for, right? They are now a protected group, and therefore you can't prejudice them for simply being transgender or gay. Fine. That's what they've acquired as their status. We don't have that status, therefore we can be prejudiced against because, what's the word I'm looking for? Prejudiced against sounds terrible. What's the word I'm looking for?
Discriminated.
Discriminated, that's the word. We can be discriminated against simply because we understand and appreciate that you take elevation angle measurements from a flat plane. That seems unreasonable.
Seems reasonable.
But gingers can just point and shout. That's perfectly acceptable.
I mean, if you're going to do triangulation, you're going to need a flat earth for that. So.
If you're a ginger, you're definitely not going to do it, are you? Let's face it.
Nathan, I've been on to you since earlier in the live show. You're allowing this guy to be part of this. So we all start going quiet because there's no point in talking because this guy will want to talk over us since we start having a conversation.
He's had his warning.
While.
He's had his warning. Did you not hear?
You're going to end the show early.
No, I'm not. I'm not, right? I've given him his warning. If he starts telling you he's a comedian through the top of your next example, I'll just remove him immediately. He's already had the warning.
What Brian is saying, we wasted our first live show, 89 to 90% of it, going back and forth.
Yeah,
but I was driving, right? And I was laughing. I find it quite entertaining.
Listen, man, you want me to tell you a secret?
Oh, here we go. Brian's definitely not going to like this.
Probably, I wouldn't say I'm the most powerful flat earther, but I'm like middle range strength. So I'm a help. You know, if you don't want to dismiss me, I can be a help.
Like a fireball or anything you can do.
No, we don't know what type of strength. He might mean like in terms of how much copper he's got in his blood. You know, that sort of strength of solution.
He said mid-range strength, didn't he? So you normally got a projectile. You're a mid-range strength.
As a community, I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt anybody, but if we can work as a community and strengthen one another, where I fall short, you pick me up. And I have knowledge about certain things, and you have knowledge about certain things. Why can't we be friends? Why are you attacking me?
Please, we're not. Please share with us this knowledge that you have that we don't. That'd be wonderful. Go ahead.
Mate, it will come up in the discussion when it arises, yeah? And you can't really set it. You don't know when it's coming, but a debate will happen. We'll get with someone that's very intellectually strong, and we can lift one another up. Like maybe you know something about the argument better than I do.
Right, we're up where we belong. Just like the love song.
Don't be rude, guys. Let him go. This is interesting.
I'm going to say he doesn't have an
He
argument.
didn't give us anything. He said we could share some useful information with each other. Why can't we be friends? I'm like, great, let's be friends. Let's share this useful information. And he said it'll come up in discussion. Well, that's a whole lot of nothing.
Well, it's not a load of nothing. It's saying that I want to be your friend and we can help each other out. How's that a load of nothing?
All right. My friends tend to give me money. Can you give me money?
Well, I have actually supported you, but I can't let you know who I am. I'm anonymous.
You're anonymous. I know all of my supporters.
I'm a supporter.
I know all of them.
You don't know all of your supporters, mate. You don't know all of your supporters, mate.
You know what the actual truth is? The actual truth is that this guy hates our guts.
You know your PayPal supporters?
He's one of these jealous, hateful flat earthers who didn't get the acclaim he believed that he deserved. So he goes around trying to hijack the show and just be a troll whenever he can.
We got that.
Because that's what he thinks is the thing
we got
to
that,
do.
Brian, we got that 3 times. I've got to start saying the same thing to you now.
Well, I don't know how many times I need to say it.
We got that.
Our address is rwin33@gmail.com.
I'm just about to make a new
gonna
friend.
email
and
you.
you're poo-pooing it all, taking away the chance of me making a new friend. Now stop it, Brian.
Stop it. And if he wants to pay
Okay,
for
Al.
me, he can. Right. No, he's trying to steal valor, though, because he's saying, I don't know an anonymous contributor. No, I know all of them. Do you know I know all of them? Because I contact all of them after they send me a PayPal donation and thank them personally via the email address that they sent it me. And I thank them all
you
and
do
have
email
thanked
me.
them all, my bad, by
You're
name.
busted.
Because I know all of them. There is one exception, and it's on Patreon. Now, that particular anonymous donor is directly related to another one that isn't, but just would prefer to not be named, so he doesn't ever get named. There's one that doesn't get read out each day, because they contacted me personally, and I still know who it is, to ask me, can you just not shout me out on the Patreon list? So that's the only exception. So when you say, oh, I'm a contributor, and I've sent money to you via PayPal, but you just don't know me because I'm anonymous, well, I would know that. I'd know if I had an anonymous contributor. So you called out. That's definitely not the case. He's been talking through every word I just said.
don't know
by the
who
way.
I am, mate.
Is it time
You
to
just
get
don't
rid of
know
you?
who I am.
Is it time to get rid of you? You just spoke through every word I just said.
I'm just.
Yeah, I'm still talking now. So for the Discord server, it's become the point where he's been called out on a lie, and now he won't stop talking, and all the audience is getting is me talking because I've had to close the line. Because the Discord server can't hear what I'm saying, because he's decided to rant through me calling out on his lie that he's an anonymous contributor. He's not.
Okay.
He's still talking through me. I gave you 2 chances. I'm now going to remove you, repent. You understand that?
I'm sorry.
You don't need to be sorry. You're being removed. Get lost.
Brian,
That wasn't difficult, Neil.
We go.
It's
Done.
from what I understand,
Told
and
you.
from what I understand, didn't he just say about 10
It's
minutes
nearly
ago?
impossible to get the question through. Go on, Nero.
I'm sorry, but didn't he just say? Didn't he 10 minutes ago? He admitted to divulge his whole name, his identity.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
It's just a hateful troll. Righteous. Why is this guy allowed to do that?
Why asking D Rose?
No.
I'm asking
They said it's up to,
I'm asking
it's up to
Righteous.
Nathan.
Okay.
It's up to Nathan.
On Nathan's show, I'll let Nathan handle it.
Okay, thank you. That's all I needed to know. Thank you, Righteous.
Yes.
Nathan, why
Look,
is this
stops
guy
with me.
allowed to do this?
Why did I allow him? Got to give some people a
Yeah.
chance.
But you knew he was a load of nonsense from the start.
Yeah.
You knew he was drunk.
I knew at one
when
point.
someone is drunk. I know
Yes, I knew at some stage he would be removed.
you. Okay.
Yeah, but
your show. I can't do anything about it. Hands are tied.
I suspected it. While I was still laughing with him, and I assumed the audience was too, and then Adam joined and confirmed that fact, I was happy to play along. And when it reached the point that, no, you're just lying about contributing to me, well, that's different. As much as we started the pre-show talking about Dave having a right to earn a living, well, that is my living. And I thank everybody daily on the Patreon list and email everybody and thank them personally. Now, I'm not knocking anybody. I'm definitely not going to name any names, so don't ask. But there's been several occasions where I have contributed to people by a similar means, let's say PayPal. It might not be, and they've not thanked me. Now, I just think, okay, that will be the last time I do that then. So all I expect if I give somebody some money, it's often not very much. Arwin, not frequently, but occasionally I'll give Arwin a couple of quid, like literally a pittance. And he thanks me. Normally, like, oh, thanks. He just thanks me. And if it's not given to him during a live show, he'll thank me. That's it. He just, thanks for giving me that. I really appreciate it. I just needed some coffee or whatever he needed, right? That's all it takes. And as a result, if he just once didn't, I'd probably think twice about doing it again, right? But that's why I know he was bullshitting. It's like, don't steal the valor of the people who dip in their own pockets to help me and keep the show running. That's outrageous. Now, laughing about being a Christian, that's acceptable. No, I'm only joking. That was outrageous too, when he's calling you all demons. But it's so absurd and so far-fetched that it even got 10th Man to chuckle. So again, there's a line, Brian. I know you felt he stepped over it long ago, but we'll find out in the comments that it will split opinion. There will be plenty of people who completely agree with you, Brian, and go, yeah, dick, why didn't we talk about the rest of the removed videos and how important that was? That would be 10th Man's opinion.
Can I say something?
I'm going to go with no.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah. Look, I thought, and this, yeah, please don't interrupt, but I thought that everybody was kind of jumping the gun at first. I guess that you thought you recognized him. I didn't recognize him at all. He's just like another one of those voices. But then, after he basically accused him, 10th of being demon possessed, and then got back to normal again, like, oh, let's just have a nice conversation. That's the reddest flag you can have. Like, that's only a troll would act like that. But I mean, still, I think you all kind of jumped the gun. He might have not been that trollish if you hadn't have done that.
No, Arwen, he was here before, Arwen.
So you saying we antagonized him?
Hold on, D. He was here before. Me and Brian picked it out.
In the pre-show?
Oh, he's a familiar.
other
He's
shows he was here.
adjusted his sound slightly, so he sounds slightly different. But you can tell by tone and timbre who he is. You don't have to hear the same voice. Whatever he did to his voice to make it subtly different doesn't change the tone and timbre of that guy. It's that guy. I don't know who he is, but he's a comedian.
Yeah.
Give me 10 minutes and I'll have you all annoyed and arguing with each other.
I'm not going to take anything he said. I think he could have all made that up at this point because of what I just said. That kind of accusation, saying he's a Christian and then just moving on like nothing happened. That's, after that point, you can't take anything he said seriously. You could literally all make it up for the fun of it.
Cross the line
but
to
everything he said
donations,
is
though.
rubbish. That's what he does. That's what this guy does. He comes in looking for what he is a narcissist. He needs the attention.
Yeah,
and he gets it
probably
that
right.
way. He requires the attention, and it doesn't matter whether it's positive or negative attention. Attention is attention.
$3 from you for his app. Dave Weiss is a scammer. Dave Weiss is a scammer. I'm a scammer.
Like,
Dave
what's
Weiss
his
is.
name? Forget it.
I don't know, Neil. No, it's some stuff played over the top of you there for some reason.
He sounds just like Sink Cleanser. Got that same tone.
That's the name I was looking for. I couldn't remember it. I was coming up with the wrong name in my head. I couldn't remember. And earlier in the show, in the live show, I said, is Righteous there? Because I wanted to ask him, who is this guy him? The guy from the back. So is a carbon copy of him, whether it's him or not. It's just, I just don't want to waste. I just don't see the point in giving somebody who's a load of nothing, just some hateful troll. If it's a baller, it's different. I don't mind. But someone on their own side, I just won't give you. I won't give you a moment.
It's because unfair for you, because obviously I've got control of all of the lines. I'm producing the show. So at the point that I really want to make a good example, I closed down the line. You all heard me make my point about the differential calculation brought up by John. I reiterated it to the point that the audience benefited. However, when it was you, I didn't. He just got to interrupt you. None of you got to make your points. I totally understand how unbelievably irritating that is. Don't blame him for that. Blame me, because I allowed it, and that's your point, isn't it, Brian? So acknowledgement of what you're saying.
I am blaming you.
Yeah.
Sure of it, because I know that guy didn't have control. No, but I'm not bitter about it. It's just okay. I tried to say something that didn't happen, or whatever. Yeah, but it's just guys like him. They just seek attention, and that's all they want. And he's hateful towards this show. He might be a flat earther, but he's hateful towards this show. He hates us. He hates you, Nathan. Do you know what I mean? This is the thing. He hates you, and all he did was just put on a bad microphone.
I don't think he does. I don't think he hates me. Right? I've met those type of people plenty of times. I call that type of person a wind-up merchant. Do you ever heard that term before? Wind-up merchant?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what he is.
The best description.
Doesn't hate you, but gets off on how easily you can push your buttons. I think the Americans, where we say winding you up, Americans say pushing your buttons. It's the same thing. So how quickly can he push your buttons? How quickly can he get the panel turning against each other? Just with a few carefully placed mm-hms. So as Brian's saying, and as you add this to the geometric horizon,
All that grinds my gears.
All he's got to do is, and then when you say, what are you doing? You're cutting my mic. No, I'm just agreeing with you, man. What's your problem? That's all it takes.
Yeah, the script is known. Like, I mean, it's obvious what he's doing, but you can't do anything about it. When someone can do that, there's nothing you can do. You're at nothing trying to have a conversation.
Do you know
nothing. No.
Do you know whose technique it matches? Just with a different upbeat smile in the tone. It's identical to Rumpus.
Professor Dave.
No, I was
Right?
Rumpus.
Rumpusing, that's what rumpusing is.
That's what rumpusing is. Exactly, Arwin. That's what it is. What he's doing, he's just not doing it with an argument. He's doing it just with a crap point. He's trying to incorporate some sort of element of flat Earth to keep us on the hook enough. But he's just pushing your buttons and through the top of you, knowing damn well that that's going to cut the line and put you off. You know, people know Rumpus knew all these tricks, and all these people just do the same thing.
Yeah, remember how Ed and Chaiki, like, eventually you get them to the point where they wouldn't stop doing that.
That's
Every
where he got
time,
to. That's where,
like this guy.
Yeah, that's where he got. He got to that point when I called him out on being a contributor, because that is the line that is, you know, I didn't think I'd be drawing a line for that reason. I just thought it'd get too rumpusy and get kicked out. But at the point that he steals valor, I do genuinely appreciate the people who give me money, because it keeps the freaking lights on. So I express that gratitude to them individually, intentionally. And when someone comes along and goes, I'm one of those. Whoa. That's just no. Don't do that.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. It's just, that's what we're dealing with in this arena. I'm just different than you. I just, like, the minute he would start talking, and the minute I heard him talking, I was like onto him immediately. Like, there was a light going off in my head. This guy again, or a carbon copy of that guy. I just would have pressed the mute button. He wouldn't have even got to finish the sentence. Go on.
A little curious just to see what they're going to come in with.
I know what it's going to be. It's going to be a wind-up and a waste of time waste.
Well, no, that's right.
We're running out of time.
To discuss what superpowers he had. I'm happy to see what these divvies have got on offer. You know, because he's a mid-range Flat Earth power agent. You know,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got mid-range powers, and we want to see what they are. He's got mid-range proofs, and we want to find out what they are. He wants to be our friend and find out what ours are. I mean, what's wrong with that? All of those things on surface levels for a casual observer who may have come to this show for the first time, they'd be like, at surface level, what's wrong with these guys on the Flat Earth debate panel? That's his point, right? So to a certain degree, Brian, you have to humour them. You don't have to. Your tolerance level in this instance is my tolerance level most of the time, which is why you're critical of me. But you've got to humour them to a certain extent. I think I did push it a little bit too far. Again, me, not him. He's doing what he does. Wind-up merchant.
I know, I understand. I understood what you're doing and why you're doing it. I understood you were enjoying it.
Well, it's a bit of comic relief. We've had a very serious week. Now, as much as it's been headache-inducing for me, in the most literal, audible way, it's obviously... I couldn't say to 10th at the beginning of the show, the audience has responded badly to these videos, because they hadn't. They'd gone... I had lots of people saying, good show, good information. So I'm like, okay, there were a few people who did mention the sound, but they're saying it because I've said it, I've highlighted it, so they've been more acutely aware of it. But the point is that it wasn't a badly received show, it just was grating for me. Now, that's had an influence on the videographer himself, who's then gone on to remove the videos. They've been up for years. That is a deal. It's a thing. We haven't broken the internet, but you know, it's a reaction. That is his reaction, and it's worthy of talking about. Now, at that point, Synclenser or whatever he's called came in and obviously disturbed that. And we tend to think, oh, well, that means there's some more significance to the point we were about to bandy our words about. Well, it doesn't necessarily. It's just he's timed his wind-up merchant antics for that particular moment, and why not? It could have been earlier, it could have been later. We might have got to our point about this videographer removing his videos a lot sooner. And Brian, you'd have got to your examples. Instead, the wind-up, how tightly wound he's got us, is exemplified by how long after his departure we've continued to discuss him and what he's done. Now, that means that Brian has been successfully wound up. No offence, Brian, but you know you're going to get wound up by these people. We can wind you up when we're not trying to wind you up. You just get wound up when you know something and you're not putting the information out in a way that people aren't getting. You know, they're just not understanding it and talking over you and not picking up your point. The amount of times I've heard you say, you're just not getting it, or whatever you phrase it as. Yeah, I can understand that you are easily wound up in that regard, and rightfully so. I'm not knocking that. And, you know, you spotting that and going, get rid of him. I don't want to be wound up today. We've got better things to do. We've got a live show to be proving Earth's flat with. What are we doing? I get it.
I can't tell you to get rid of him. I can't say that to you. But what I would say is that 10th man left because of this guy. So you have to I don't think 10th man should have to leave. No, that's his own decision. He left. He decided to leave. Like, I knew the guy would get removed eventually because the guy was pushing it to the point where he would get on the wrong side of you to the point where you will remove him. My attitude towards people like him is just remove them immediately. But that's my attitude. I'm like, I bring down the hatchet immediately without thought.
Exactly, Brian. Don't waste time. How come nobody noticed when I left?
You were always leaving.
All the time. Nothing new, is it?
The only person that leaves more than Neil is Anthony.
Brian, I came back in when I heard Nathan start berating him. I said, now I'll come back in.
I was riding with Brian and Neil until Aaron came in and he rationalized everything, and that's when I felt guilty and came.
Don't listen to Aaron.
Well,
no. Brian, hold on.
I really can't, because Aaron has sympathy for cockroaches.
Yes.
Aaron told me don't step on a cockroach because it'll send messages to the other cockroaches and they'll attack me and all this shit. So he's a rational, empathetic person until you piss him off.
Exactly. Let me just elaborate. Hold on, Brian. Hold on, Neil. Hold on. Arwen is absolutely spot on in this regard, right? That's why I say you've got to humour him. Arwen's spot on. Because if we just squashed him, like Brian says we should have immediately, then all the cockroaches come in from the walls and go, look at these mean bastards on Flat Earth. They wouldn't even hear him out. That's what you get.
Yep.
Whereas, if you accept their offer of friendship, Brian, and go along with it, with your tongue firmly in your cheek, you get a good show, and they're less likely to come because they're not getting what they want. They want Neil's response, your response. That's what that's getting their rocks off, isn't it? That's good return on their investment.
Right. Yeah. They want us riled up.
Asking him to outline his superpowers and pretending that we can be friends. Maybe we could go to Costa Coffee and have a drink. You know what I mean? That's what he wants to come, and that's what they're going to bring to the table. Let them demonstrate that that's what they've got. Let them. Because if that's all that's out there now to attack us is this kind of crap, yeah? Enjoy the quality of your argument if that's all they've got. Sit there smugly when they're behaving like this.
Yeah, look,
don't need to raise your blood pressure.
Well, it's not that I wasn't angry because I didn't get angry about it. But I don't think you realise how fast I would have shut the guy down when he first came in and said, "Hey Nathan, blah blah blah." Right, I write it about the third word in. Mute.
Yeah, I know you were a bloodhound. I was listening to it, and yeah, all right. I thought you was a little bit presumptuous on making a castigation on him, but the second you did realise it, that's the second you should have fun.
Yeah,
Brian was a dickhead.
Brian was like that big dog in the back. Heel, boy. You try to rationalize the person. He's not going to bite you. He's okay. Okay, so make your claim. What are you trying to say? Calm down, bro. He was going off in the background, and I was trying to be the mediator. And then Armin came in, and I was like, good, I'm not the only guy. No, first I went at him because I started reading what Neil and Brian was saying. But then Armin came in, and he is the balance. He was the rational balance. And then it really bothered me, like, dang, what if this guy is like Blind Spot?
D-Rose.
Hey, where is Blind Spot, by the way?
Let me help you.
Well, hold on,
wait, let me help you. Just listen to me and Brian next time. We're always right.
I will. Speaking of Blind Spot, where is Blind Spot? What's going on with Blind Spot? I miss him. Where's he at?
D-Rose, right? There's nothing wrong with not wanting to step on an insect. I do my best not to do that. That's different from some guy who's going to waste your time. When you gave the analogy that I'm the dog barking, no, I'm the dog who sees him in the dark. He sees me, I see him, and I run at him at full speed with no intention of barking, just going straight for the throat. And he's doing his best to get back over that wire. He's doing his best to get back over that fence and get that out of there. I'm not interested in barking or letting anyone know. I just want him dead.
Well, now the point.
Nobody even knows.
You're a wild dog, Brian.
The point of doing this was to get attacked. You guys realize that, right? He wanted a wind-up merchant wants someone to be angry, say mean things to him. That's why I called him a petulant child. Adam obviously has experience with this childish behavior.
Hold on, nobody wants to yell at him. We said kick him out. Just get rid of him.
Adam knows Anthony Riley.
That's true. If Nathan would have been the mature person and put this person out, we wouldn't have been exposed as being bullies or whatever they're trying to project or trying to give the impression of to the listening audience. Oh, look at them. See, you can't say nothing. Then he can't get a word in edgewise. Look how they really treat this guy. Just put him out. Just put him on mute. That's why I was saying in the Master B, where the hell is righteous? And then Busy as a Bee said, it's up to Nathan. So I said, And then Nathan answers the call. I like it. It's
I think you're great, right? I love having conversations with you. I love your ways and everything you do. But you have absolutely no foot to stand on in this because you were flaky. You're on the fence going from side to side. It's like, at least if you're on a side, we all know where you're at.
No, I admit. When I first came, first I had nothing to say. And then when Brian and when you and Neil started saying something, I said, you know what? Yep. Just by the way, da 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 da. And then Aaron came in, and he was like, and I started doing ad rooms, and that's when Aaron said, hey, come on, da 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 da. And then I was quiet for a while, and I thought about it because I thought it was calming down. It was becoming more cordial, and that's why I said, hey, I want to redact. I said I want to apologize. Dude, there's nothing against you personally. And then y'all started justifying for why we got to be careful because there's people like that. And then I listened again, and that's why I came back and said, I redact my apology. You're a piece of crap. So yeah,
just stick to me and Brian.
I was flip-flopping because I'm trying to see, I guess I try to look at it both ways. And, I don't want to be judgmental because Aaron made me feel bad for going in hard when I wasn't really sure.
Aaron wants everyone to hold hands in a big circle and dance around.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Cockroach.
No, I just didn't want. I just tried to prevent it from becoming a freaking bee's nest situation.
Owen.
That's all.
There's nothing wrong, mate.
He turned out to be a complete rumpusing asshole. So then it's like, yeah, well, even whether he was originally intending to be a troll or not, he definitely is going to be a troll now. Right?
I think your Christian approach was very admirable, unlike Neil and D Rose's very negative, non-Christian approach to people.
Did you hear my little comment, Adam, when John said Adam's used to pestilent children? And I said, hoping he'd hear it and come in the temper. I said, Adam knows Anthony Riley.
I got my message last night, by the way, you shit stirrer. It was too late to respond. I got to ring him later.
I love Anthony. He's brilliant. But when he knows he's lost, he wants to his arms out in a temper as if he's been victimized. It's not working, Anthony.
Yeah,
He'd have a phone call with me. Sorry,
No, so I'm gonna definitely listen to Neil and Brian. And you know what? Honestly, Neil is more voiceful about this. Brian, this is the first time I ever heard you really go in on rejecting somebody or reading somebody. But Neil is always, I gotta say, Neil is the one that's been always right. Brian, you've never been wrong, but this is the first time I ever heard you go in like Neil has done often. But Neil has always been on point of reading somebody that was full of shit. Excuse me.
No, me and Neil, we have these conversations about people. So I'm not as vocal as Neil. Like Neil is of Sicilian background, so he gets angry very fast and he voices his opinion, right? Whereas I don't do that in the same way. But I do voice my opinion when the time is necessary. But I'm a little bit more diplomatic.
Right. I got you.
Unless there's a need for very straightforward razor blade type stuff, and then that's what I do.
Oh, I can tell when you know nonsense. You was no nonsense with Whitson.
Yeah, but listen, just listen to me and Brian. When our antennas are up, they're up for a reason, and we're usually always correct. Everybody else catches up later, but me and Brian are on it.
Am I missing something here? Are you trying to claim that you had some kind of foresight and everybody else thought this guy was really genuine, including
No, not
Owen?
this guy.
Or
No, I'm not talking
are
about
you
this
just
incident.
misrepresenting what went off for glory?
Why do you always come
Back
in
on the
and try to derail me? There's been instances where me and Brian been on something and none of you's caught on. I'm not talking about this one. This one was
one of those
obvious.
incidences. Was it one of these? Was that today?
No, not today. Today was obvious.
I'm a
to
little
enough.
confused at where this valor is at recognizing someone's shit, a shit.
Brian.
And then,
Brian,
I'm
me
not
and you
finished,
know,
Neil.
Brian. Me and you know, Brian. That's all I got to say on this.
I can't read someone's mind. I can't read someone's mind. So I can only go with if you're accommodating someone. I can't say for definite if you're not making much conversation with them whether you are wide to them or not. I don't know that.
Anyway, with that, I'm going to say another huge, massive, enormous thank you to both Discord and G Plus panels for making today's after show possible. And of course, a massive thank you to all of you in either Nathan Oakley 1980 or Nathan Oakley premiering streams. Hopefully smashing the super chat, liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, joining as a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member and all that good stuff. I've been Nathan Oakley and I will see you all in the next video.
What a lovely day!